Hi, I'm AJ Hogue, the Director of Effortless English. Now this rule is also very simple. In fact, all of these rules are simple. But when you use them, when you use all of them, change the way you learn English, you will get fantastic results. Now, rule 1 is learn English phrases, not individual words. What's the power of phrases? Well, phrases give you a lot of information, much more information. Number 1, phrases are easier to remember because they have meaning. They have a kind of a picture, a story. Number 2, there's a bonus. When you learn phrases, you are learning grammar also. You're not only learning an individual word, you're learning grammar. You're learning how to use that word correctly. You don't need to think about the grammar. You don't need to know the rules. It's automatic. Rule number 2 is simple. Do not study grammar rules. Do not do it. When you study grammar rules, when you focus on grammar rules, you focus on analyzing English. In other words, you think about English. You think about the past tense, the present tense, the future, the present perfect, the past perfect. Now, for writing English, that's okay. Why? Because when you write English, you have time. You can go slowly. You can write very slowly. You can think about it. You can erase your mistake. It's okay. You don't need to write fast. But for speaking, there's no time. You do not have time to think about the rules for the present perfect tense in English when you're listening and speaking. There's no time. Someone asks you a question, you must answer immediately. How do native speakers learn grammar? Well, I'm an English native speaker, and I can tell you, I never studied grammar rules. Not until high school, and we studied grammar rules for writing. In college, native speakers study grammar rules. Again, why? For writing. But for speaking, we don't. So how do we learn grammar rules? Well, we learn through listening, through hearing correct grammar again and again and again and again. A lot of correct grammar. Welcome to rule number 3. So rule number 3 is very simple, so easy, and yet very, very powerful. In fact, I usually say this is the number 1 suggestion, the number 1 rule, the most important rule, and it's so easy, and it is this. Learn with your ears, not with your eyes. Okay? If you want to speak excellent English, you've got to learn with your ears. Listening, 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 and more listening is the key to speaking excellent English. It's the most important thing. Because if you listen a lot, you're going to learn vocabulary. You will learn grammar. You will get faster and you will understand better. Listening is kind of the magic key to great English speaking. There's a lot of research about this, and it all shows the same thing. Listening is the most important thing you can do. So, let me be a little more specific about listening, because it's important how you listen and what you listen to. The most important thing is you must listen to easy English. It must be easy. What do I mean by easy? Well, you should understand 95% or more without stopping, without a dictionary. Now, if something's more difficult, you can still use it, but you usually need the text. You need to be able to read it. So that's also useful. You can get an audio article or a speech or lessons even. And you have the text, so you can read and listen at the same time. That's okay also. But listening is the most important thing. Listen, listen, listen. Every chance you have, Get an iPod, get an MP3 player and an iPod. Listen to English all the time. Listen in the morning when you get up. Listen when you go to work or when you're at home. Listen when you're at lunch. Listen when you're coming home from work. Listen in the evening. Lots and lots and lots of English listening. Lots of easy listening. So rule number 4 is also very important. Rule number 4, again, is very simple, and it is this. Learn deeply. Deep learning. What does that mean? Well, deep learning basically means repeating what you learn again and again and again, many, many times. You want to learn everything very deeply so that you really learn it, so that you never forget it, so you can really use it. That's deep learning. So if you have an audio article or a podcast, something you're listening to, and you like it, don't just listen one time. One time is not enough. 5 times is not enough. You should listen to that, the article, the speech, whatever it is. You should listen to it 30 times, 50 times, 100 times, or more. Now you can have a few things, so maybe you have 2 or 3 audio articles, and each day you listen to them all. But then you repeat them again, and then you repeat them again, and you repeat them again. You're learning deeply, deeply, deeply. Even after you know the vocabulary, continue listening to the same thing. Because knowing the vocabulary just means you can take a test and you say the meaning. But when you hear it, do you instantly understand it? Can you use it quickly and easily, automatically? If the answer is no, you need to repeat more. You need to listen to that same word, phrase, sentence, article, lesson again and again and again. Many, many times. This is one of the key secrets to speaking faster and to really learning grammar correctly and using it correctly. You just need more repetition. You've got to learn more deeply. Focus on the most common verbs, the most common vocabulary, the most common English through listening, and then repeat, repeat, repeat. When you do that, that's the key. That's the secret. That's how you will develop. That's how you will get automatic speaking.